Hi there, my name is Yolanda De Prado and I run a beauty group on Facebook called De Prado Beauty where I go over beauty tips in general. I believe that beauty should be simple and effortless and highlight the best version of who you already are instead of changing you with a bunch of thick pastes and dry powders. I also believe that there is beauty in everything around us as long as we choose to see it. Now in this video, I want to talk about a couple of specific brushes. We all have our favorites, but I kind of want to go over a couple unsung heroes by Seint Beauty. Now these are the brushes branded Mascara Beauty because the brand recently rebranded to Seint, but the brushes are the exact same. The only difference is now they're white and silver, whereas before they were tan and gold. Typically, if you buy makeup from me, I recommend you start with the blush and bronzer brush because it is a multitasking workhorse, and also it helps teach users in the beginning not to put so much cream-based makeup on, because if you put too much cream-based makeup on, it's not going to look good. Another popular one that's a great starter brush that does a little bit of everything is the 3D brush. It's got a stubby semi-solid end as well as a pointy, more multitasking narrow end for contour or getting in under the eyes, etc. Now, these are pretty much opposite end of the spectrum. We have extra fluffy bronzer, great for blending. Blush, also very good for applying your main highlight. You can even get your brightener in there. A little more uncomfortable for contour. You can squeeze it to apply contour, use your finger for contour, or you could go with a detail brush that has much more conformed end. This is a great pair. You could do your whole face with this brush. So if this is the brush you want to go with, I just find the bristles to be a little less moving, a little less movement, so I prefer the look and feel of the application of my main highlight with this brush. However, once my tins are almost done, believe me, there's plenty of product left in here, I like using the small end to apply it in sticky areas or doing nose contour, lip, even eyeshadow with the pointy end. On the opposite end of the spectrum from the blush and bronzer brush, we have what we call the buff brush. This is like petting a rabbit. It is the softest brush you'll ever touch. I don't even know if you can tell on camera, but there are about twice, if not 3 times as many bristles in this brush than there is on this one. They are just super tightly packed, which basically means it gives you an airbrushed finish, or what many of us call glam look when we're done. A lighter brush, a fluffier brush is going to pick up less makeup and put less makeup on, which gives you a more natural look, allowing your freckles and your skin to shine through without, allowing these bad boys to take over the show. We're going to neutralize the distractions. Okay, now this one is an unsung hero. I've had it since, I've never been without it. Let's put it that way. Since I ordered my makeup as a customer, I ordered the bundle and saved $12 by getting the setting powder and the powder brush in one. This brush is quite similar, in my opinion, to the buff brush. Okay, it's dense bristles, but this one is cut at an angle. So it fits perfectly under the eye or around the nostrils. So when I press the setting powder in under my eyes, it's great. However, it could also be great, actually before I continue in there, this end is fantastic for pressing in the powder bronzer, Cayman bronzer, okay? It's also fantastic for, if you don't have the Perfector sponge, the Perfector sponge also presses the makeup and blends the makeup, but this one also picks up excess makeup, which a brush wouldn't do. But the flat, dense, fluffy end of the brush is fantastic for blending. I also sometimes like to use this end for applying the illuminator both. You can use it for both the powder or the cream illuminator, just at the end, or you can use either end to apply your main highlight. Nobody says you can't use the powder brush for that. This one leaves a really nice finish, just like the buff brush. It's like airbrushed perfection, very beautiful. Alternatively, these are the two brushes, the blush and bronzer and the powder brush, that you can get in a bundle. So you can save $10 to $12 when you buy the bronzer and this brush together, or the setting powder and this brush together. If you want both products, get the bundle, get these two brushes. They're fantastic for starting. Use this end to apply your main highlight, use this end to apply your contour, use this end for setting powder and potentially blush. Typically I don't want to mix blush and creams and powders on the same brush, so I would keep one brush that's just powder. You can also apply the lip and cheek color on your cheeks with your finger and then blend out with the stubby end. Then the fluffy end is bronzer and blending in general. Fantastic. If you want to go more glam, use this end or this end to apply your cream makeup, your contour, and you have two different kinds of looks that you can get with the two brushes that you have. If you have more money in the budget, this one's a great starter brush. If you only have one brush in your budget, but down the road, I find most people apply their makeup with the blush brush. They do their contour with the detail brush. Not that you have to, you can do everything with one brush. They have Buffy as backup for those days when they want to look a little bit more date night. If you apply your makeup with this one and you already have the 3D brush, a lot of people use the 3D brush to blend out the blush color on your cheeks to avoid messing the end of the brush that you do your makeup with in general. And then the powder brush for just that. Thanks so much for watching. I'll have a different video where I feature and use these brushes to apply makeup.